This weekend's race in Austria has officially been declared a heat hazard, which means that the FIA have been forced to bring in a rule that allows the drivers to cool themselves during the race. And no, it's not hydration breaks. Here's how they plan to do it. Declaring the race as a heat hazard means that the drivers can use a mandated cooling kit. This cooling kit flows cooled liquid through a series of pipes that are contained within their fireproof shirts, to be worn underneath the driver's overalls. Now, this isn't a mandatory thing that the drivers have to use. It is down to the driver's discretion whether they opt to use it or not. Now, if you know anything about Formula One, you're probably thinking at this point, but won't that put them at a disadvantage due to the extra weight? The simple answer is no, it won't. Because if you opt to not use the liquid cooling shirt, then you have to add a compulsory 5 kilograms of extra weight to your car. So really, it sounds like the smart thing to do is to just go for the cooling shirt. If I had one, I'd be wearing it right now. I'm wondering where they're actually getting them from, and something tells me that they're not on a Temu budget like I am. If the FIA are handing out cooling shirts, send one over to your boy here in the UK. It is hot. Some drivers have been critical about the cooling shirt in previous races, including Lewis Hamilton. He thinks that it's too uncomfortable and itchy to wear during a race, and that it would actually become more distracting than the extreme heat. Others, like Nico Hülkenberg and Alex Albon, will probably opt to use it. Nico used the cooling shirt in last year's Singapore Grand Prix, and he said, "You've got to fit the ballast anyway, so you might as well just wear the thing." So the decision to declare the Austrian Grand Prix a heat hazard comes after the FIA were forced to abide by regulations that were brought in last year for the Singapore Grand Prix. This new regulation states that if the temperature is predicted to exceed 31 degrees Celsius, that is the correct unit to measure temperature, by the way, if you're watching this from America. If it's predicted to be above 31 degrees during the race, then it must be declared a heat hazard. And the weather forecast looks like an absolute scorcher. Austrian weather services are currently forecasting it to be 35 degrees on both the Saturday and the Sunday, which means that they are, of course, forced to bring in the heat hazard rule, which I must say, it does not surprise me one bit, if I'm honest. I'm in the UK right now, and it's currently 34 degrees. It's actually closer to 40 degrees in this studio that I'm in. And I'm sat here in a black turtleneck and a crash helmet, really starting to regret my branding choice here. I cannot imagine what it would actually be like to be wearing this getup in a Formula One car for 2 hours. I think that this is definitely one of the FIA's better ideas to bring this rule in recently. As we have seen in the past, some drivers have really struggled with the heat, especially in places like Singapore and the US. It's actually got to the point where you see drivers get out of the car and 5 minutes later they're beginning to pass out and struggling to stand. So from a safety point of view, it is definitely the right decision. We'll just have to see who actually opts to use it. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you very much for watching. It really does mean a lot. And if you enjoyed the video, please do hit the like and the subscribe button. It is the best way to support the channel. Thanks.